Now we're ready to go on to step 3, enrich it. Most watercolors are just pretty wimpy in the color department, and they need another layer of paint over pretty much the whole painting. That's what we're talking about by enriching it. Second verse, same as the first. I'm going to use the same colors over a whole lot of the painting. Let's start down here behind the yellow zinnia we put in. This lily is getting pretty washed out as it dries. Now, as I enrich things, you know that watercolor dries 20% lighter. So if you paint at the right value, it's going to come out wrong every time. So if you have a value scale of 1 to 10, if you paint a number 5, it's going to dry 20% lighter, or a number 3. So as I enrich my painting here, let's paint in a section of this petal here and judge what it will dry to. Have we got it? It's about a number 6, okay? This is going to dry down to a value 4 because that will be 20% lighter. You have to be bold and paint in colors quite a bit darker than you think they are. If you paint them in the color you want, you're going to be disappointed every time, and you'll have to go back and enrich it all over again. But better to keep enriching things than to have a wimpy watercolor. So I'm going to take and paint in a lot of my painting over again and develop the colors. You can vary your color a little bit, but you don't have to worry about what color should it be if you just keep going with the colors that are underneath. One thing we need to think about is, how do you get those muddy colors that you can't stand and you have to lift out? After a lot of experimenting with a friend and I, we came up with a formula to avoid mud. Basically, I stick with transparent paint. These are all transparent watercolors, quote unquote. How do you tell which ones are more transparent than the others? If you take a strip of black paper and staple it to your regular watercolor paper and run a good generous portion of each of your paints across, the ones that are more opaque are going to show up on your black strip. The ones that are more transparent are going to fade into your black strip and be just barely visible. My palette is all transparent colors except for this orange and that turquoise. So we're going to avoid mud by avoiding orange and that particular turquoise. Let's go into the lily that we corrected and beef those colors up. Nice, rich, transparent colors. Switch to a little plain yellow. Second verse, same as the first, basically. There, now we have a really strong lily. Let's paint in maybe a second row of petals on this zinnia up there. This one has died way back from when we painted it earlier. We'll go in and beef that one up. Make that one interesting. We need to figure out what colors are under here and get some exciting things going on under there. We're enriching the painting, one section at a time. Once in a while, later on in a painting, you'll put in a dark color and everything looks pale again, and you need to go back and enrich it. I said at the beginning that you're going to have to repeat these steps, and that's the truth. Go up and enrich this zinnia by painting in a second layer. We'll leave the very back layer the color it is, the value that it is. I think we need to work a little bit on the greens too. One stroke on this bud that I forgot. And then we'll put in some more contours and make these buds a little more interesting. I'm sticking with my transparent colors. There are no cadmium colors. Neither of my opaque colors on my palette are in here. This will keep me from getting muddy. I can paint like this all afternoon and not make mud. Before I carry on any further, I'd like to let this dry for a few minutes. I keep putting my fist in things. I've taken a little break from this painting and gotten away from it, and it's dried, and I see that I still need to do some more beefing up of the colors in this area. I also forgot about the stamen. They're still their weak original color, and they need a lot of juicing up. So let's get busy. We'll start with the lily behind here. Second verse, same as the first. We're just going to beef it up, enrich it. This step is really a no-brainer. You're just adding the colors that you had there already. Now I wanted to go back to the stamen that I'd plumb forgotten about. I get some good brown going. This is burnt sienna. Touch of violet in there to make it deep. There. Oh, nice rich color. That's going to dry back 20% lighter, so we want to keep it up. Okay, now we have some more down here. And maybe a little violet underneath. And there.
Now available to buy. Try these techniques at home whenever you wish. The extended DVD of today's workshop is now available from the Painting and Drawing channel. For further information and to order your copy, go to www.paintingdrawingchannel.com.